Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you are a returning viewer, and and if you're a new viewer of the channel, welcome. I'm very glad you're here. Welcome to Larry's House of Hockey, and especially if you're new, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That would be absolutely fantastic. So, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit, kind of do like a jersey video here. And I wanted to talk about some of the jerseys that can really get conversations going. So, conversation starters, like I was trying to look, at some of the jerseys that I have. What would be, what jerseys get some interesting conversations going? And needless to say, I did find a few of them. And they're definitely interesting. I remember this one. When I got this one, this definitely sparked some conversation because people didn't know what the heck it was. They're like, what team is that? And of course, this is the Atlanta Thrashers, their old home jersey, road jersey. Whenever they went to the dark colors as the home, or whichever, either way. But people looked at it, they didn't know what the heck it was. Because nobody knew what this was. And I know for the longest time I didn't know what it was. I guess it's supposed to be like, the bird in flight, apparently, or something. Because on the white jersey, this is on the front and this is on the shoulder. Well, this one, it's reversed. And I remember when people would look at this and they're like, that's all kinds of ugly. Yeah, kind of. But I mean, I remember when I first saw it, I thought that's kind of neat. It's one I'll probably have to grab because I mean it was interesting. You got the beaks along the neckline, and of course it goes all the way around. And of course you've got the beaks down on the bottom. But what made this interesting that a lot of people couldn't quite figure out, and they were just like, why? And even I was kind of like, why? Was this the sleeve design? And of course, it's like that on both sides. And I remember looking at that the first time I saw that. I'm like, what the heck is that supposed to be? And of course, it's supposed to be the wings of the Thrasher. Okay, interesting, interesting kind of design. But I mean, these were the kind of jerseys though that CCM was experimenting with in the late '90s. They were experimenting with a lot of different styles, and I mean they were bold. So they were definitely bold, and I mean I can't really fault them for that. But yeah, so there's that one. This one, of course. Oh, this one's a definite conversation starter. The old mustard cat. I remember when I first got this, the first time I saw it, I immediately thought of the old Grey Poupon commercial. The old Grey Poupon mustard. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Which that's kind of how the commercial went, because that's what I thought of when I saw this for the first time. I thought, why? Why did they choose this color? Of all the colors they could have picked to do this. I love the logo. The logo is fantastic. I love that logo. I also love the logo on the shoulder, the skull. That's fabulous. But it's just what why this color? I didn't understand that. It's just it's odd. And of course, you can kind of see it said Nashville on here, but it was all felt. It was felt. So you run it through the wash a couple of times, it completely comes off. Now, of course, why? I mean, of course, it is a coho. And also, you can kind of look at the back. The back is longer in the back than the front. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Then, of course, you got these in the underarms. I don't know why. Just so many things about this jersey. Just ask why. And yes, it is interesting. When I have worn this has had people literally stop and do a double take and be like, "What in the hell is that thing?" They're like that color. What the hell's up with the color? And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what possessed them to use the Grey Poupon mustard color, but here it is. Definitely a conversation starter. Then, of course, we have this one. I said to people about this jersey, and they're like, wait, there's a jersey called this? And I said, yeah. And of course, what jersey am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about the Mooterus. The Mooterus. I had people. I was wearing, I think, one of my Dallas Stars reverse retro jersey, the reverse retro 2, and I was talking about the Dallas Stars and the kind of jerseys that they had, and I talked about the North Stars, and I said, yeah, the Dallas Stars made one of the ugliest jerseys you could ever imagine. And they're like, what one is that? And I said, it's called the Mooterus. And they're like, wait, what? They're like, the Mooterus? What the hell? What is that? And I said, it's supposed to be like a bull, like a bull's head with the star constellations or something, but it doesn't really look like that. And I remember the next time I went in there, I was out working at the time, and the next time I was going in there, I wore this, and they were there, and one of them was the bartender, and she was like, "Wait, that's it?" And I said, "Yeah, this is called the Mooterus." And she looked at it, and she's just like, "I can see why." Because this looks like the women's reproductive system. It really does. It is just, I don't know. Mike Modano wore this jersey. How crazy is that? Mike Modano wore this jersey. The only thing really that has anything to do like with the Dallas Stars, you have the star there, the Dallas Star type logo there, and on the sleeves. Other than that, what about this screams Dallas Stars? It's interesting. The Mooterus. People literally still when I've worn this, people are just like, what the hell is that? And when I go and say, oh, it's the Mooterus, and they're like, what? And I said, it's called the Mooterus. This was the Dallas Stars third jersey back in the early 2000s. And yeah, the Mooterus. Definitely a conversation starter. Now, we get to the biggest conversation starters of them all. Still to this day, rated some of the ugliest jerseys of all time. A definite conversation starter. And of course, people have said they should make that in their current colors. You really want to do that with these? Do you really want to do these in this color, this jersey color, blue, green, and white? Do you really want to do that? And then have, of course, the skate logo be, in green, blue, and white. Do you really want to look like a graduation gown? Because that's what you would look like. If you turn these into the current Canuck colors, it will look like you're wearing a grad gown. Seriously. These are the biggest conversation starters that I've ever come across. This one, not so much. People still look at it and they're like, what the hell? But It's this one. This one literally gets people. I can walk by people and they will literally stop and be like, what in the hell? And I've literally had people as I'm walking by, they've walked by me and they go and they stop, they turn around and they're like, what the hell? And they're like, dude, what is that? And I'm like, oh, this? I was like, it's only the ugliest hockey jersey of all time. And they're like, who is it? And I said, it's the Vancouver Canucks. And they're just like, when the heck did they wear that? And I said, well, late 70s into the early 80s. I said they went to the 1980. They went to the 1980 Stanley Cup Finals wearing these, and they're just like, why? And yeah, people literally they're just like, why? Why would they? I said, I don't know. I think they. I don't know. I don't know if they were on something. I've always kind of wondered about why the designers. Why? Just why? I've never understood exactly why. Why would they make these? Why would they do this? I mean, they went basically from this to this. Now, honestly, how do you make that leap? I've always wondered that. How do you make that leap? I mean, it's one thing, okay, if you want to change colors, cool. But what possessed them to do this? What possessed them to go from the old school classic stick and rink? And I like the skate logo. The skate logo is fantastic. But this design? I don't know. I do not know. I don't think I'll ever know what possessed them to do that. But those are jerseys, especially that yellow one, that I get the biggest the biggest conversation starter. The one that literally everybody is just like, I can't believe you're wearing that in public. And I have people who have said that. They're like, you're deliberately wearing that in public. And I said, yeah, of course, absolutely. And they're like, that thing is hideous. And I say, thank you very much. I take that as a compliment because I'm wearing that. It's interesting. It's an interesting look. It's a look that you scratch your head, but yeah. So those are just a few of the conversation starters that I have worn. Obviously, I've gotten conversation starter wearing this one, but those ones are definite conversation starters. And what jerseys do you guys have in your collection that sparks some conversation? That you can be out in public and somebody will literally stop you and be like, "Hey, what is that? You know, where, you know, what, why, you know, or just like, you know, wow, that's uglier," or, you know, stuff like that. What jerseys do you guys have that would spark conversations like that? I would love to know in the comments section. That would be because it's interesting. It is interesting, and I didn't used to like, getting the real ugly jerseys, but as I got older, I realized, no, I want to get those. I want to get those because I want to have people literally stop and look and be like, what the hell is that? And just why? So that's kind of why I like, I kind of like those kind of hideous looking jerseys, because they're conversation starters, and it's pretty cool. You can get a cool conversation going. But what ones do you guys have in your collection? Or if you have any, or if you know a friend who's got a collection or anything, what jerseys do you guys have, or that you know of, would spark a conversation? Let me know in the comments section. I'm very glad you guys were here, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, tell your friends about the channel. I love word of mouth. Word of mouth gets all, can get around and help. And if you want to share this video with your friends, or with or with strangers, family, whatever, go ahead and do that. You can do that with any video on the channel. And yeah, so conversation starter jerseys, definitely interesting. Let me know what you guys have. I will see you guys later.